One day, I was watching YouTube shorts on my phone in a dark alley when suddenly someone says, "Give me your money." So the stereotypical thing to do is to turn around and see who it is, so I do just that. I scream in sudden shock as he has a water gun pointed towards my chest. But then, mid robbery, I think and think and think and think, till suddenly, aha, I have an idea. So I get in my Barbie Mustang car and start driving. Of course, I have to murder the robber first so he doesn't chase me. So I quickly run him over, then I start driving and driving and driving, till suddenly I see my house and park. I get out of the car and walk into my house, and now, this is me, editing a 40-minute video that someone in my last community tab post recommended me to do. A tier list. So, the idea from the start? Tier list of the most intimidating NHL team names. Let's get started. Sorry, I'm still traumatized. It's just I made the intro and it's hard to not forget what just happened with that NHL logo. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this video started. So, basically, yeah, I know. It was a dumb intro, whatever. Sounds like they'd kill me. Respectably cool. Animal with skates. They were serious about it too. And no one's scared of it. Or no one's scared of that, dot, 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 dot. Those are my 5 tiers, okay? And I'm going to be rating every single name, not the city, just the last name. From the Chicago Blackhawks to the Seattle Kraken in order. I am going to be ranking every single team based on these 5 tiers. This should be extremely fun, and I'm going to kind of go a little quick, most likely. Probably not that quick. I want this to be a good video. However, I don't want it to be like an hour long of me just talking about team names, because that would be kind of dumb. So, let's go ahead and get started. First off, the Chicago Blackhawks. Okay. My thing is, what is a Blackhawk? And, of course, me in my mind would first think, Blackhawks, it's a black hawk. No, they used I think it's an Indian tribe logo, kind of like the Redskins used to have that they got rid of because of laws, apparently. However, the Blackhawks haven't changed theirs because they haven't gotten sued yet, like the Redskins did. However, because it's just not a black hawk. It's not a black hawk. So truthfully, although I will say, if it was a black hawk, what would it rank in? An animal with skates. That seems reasonable. It's just an animal with skates. That's all it is. I mean, it's not like very intimidating. It's just a simple animal with skates. That's all it is. Blue Jackets. Same thing here. What is a Blue Jacket? Where did the Blue Jackets get their name from? In fact, I did tell myself I'm going to do some research on some of these to make this kind of an interesting video for all of us. So, let's go and search it up. Where did the Columbus Blue Jackets get their team name? Let's see here. Homage to Ohio's contributions to American history. Afterwards, a Name the Team contest was held with the help of Wendy's throughout central Ohio during the month of August 1997. That's on Wikipedia. I wouldn't be surprised if that's fake. Huh. No, I mean, it does say 1997 here. Which represents the blue... Oh, that's kind of cool. Which represents the blue coats worn by Union soldiers during the Civil War. That's actually really cool. And if it's soldiers during the Civil War, that's pretty daggum intimidating. Okay? Maybe their players aren't that good, but if you go that far in, or like the Civil War, it would be sounds like they'd kill me. However, is anyone really going to research it? No. So off the top of my head, a blue jacket, a blue coat, no one's scared of a blue jacket. I'll wear it. I'll wear a blue jacket. Why is it called the Blue Jackets? That's why. If it was called the Civil War Blue Jackets, everyone would be like, sounds like they'd kill me. However, it's not. It's just called the Blue Jackets. We can't go off of the history. We gotta go off of the logo. We can't go off the logo either. The Flyers. I truthfully am going to put it in, they were so serious about it too. Like they were. I mean, like, what in the world? They were so serious about it too. Like, what? It, like, number one, if you look, and these are all PNG images, so you actually can't see. I'm using a weirder tier list website, a lower ended one, because of the fact that it's the main one, like tierlistmaker or whatever.com. I don't know exactly what it's called, but that one has so many ads, I just decided I'm not going to use that. This one has no ads. But the Flyers logo, if you look at it, let me make it easier for you guys to see. It has, yeah, look. I have heard something in the past that these are supposed to be wings. My question is, what is this circle? What is this circle? Genuinely, what is the circle for? Let's see. Franchise Philadelphia Quakers. Play. However, Flyers won because it perfectly alliterates with Philadelphia. The winner was a 9-year-old. A 9-year-old won and chose Flyers. A 9-year-old misspelled Flyers Flyers and accidentally spelled it Flyers, and that's how they chose it. A 9-year-old is not that scary or intimidating. So, I mean, also, I didn't tell y'all exactly what I'm ranking it on. The title says, and the intro also recommends that I'm ranking them based off of what NHL teams sound like they'd mug me in an alley. I just thought that'd be kind of an enticing title. However, I will say, well, we're not ranking that technically. Technically we are, technically we're not. We're actually ranking it on who has the most intimidating logo. I don't know if I've already said that. If I have, sorry for repeating myself. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there because, and they chose a 9-year-old's misspell. Like, well, I did say that I can't do that. I can't go off the history. I did say that I can't go off the history. So actually, Flyers. What's a flyer? I don't know. I've got no idea. The New Jersey Devils. The Devil is pretty intimidating. However, Jesus is way better. Jesus on top. However, in fact, you know what? Because of that, the Devil is not intimidating at all. No one's scared of that. No one's scared of the devil. I only fear Jesus. Okay. Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins logo, I'm a Penguins fan. However, Penguins, it's once again just an animal with skates. It's nothing very crazy. It is. It's just an animal with skates. The Rangers. Okay. First of all, I would like to see exactly what a Ranger is. Oh. So basically a military person. An Army Ranger. See, if I knew that, that's pretty intimidating. I'm gonna go respectably cool. I don't think it sounds like they'd kill me, because they probably would kill me if I did something bad, but is it that high up? I don't know. Montreal Canadiens. It's Canadians. It's just Canadians. And honestly, it's kind of just so simple. I mean, they were so serious about it too. Like they were so serious about it. Like, who really thought that that would be a good name? The Canadians. The Florida Panthers. Panthers would definitely kill me. That is probably one of the most intimidating ones in the league. I'm gonna go Florida Panthers. Sound like they'd kill me. And truthfully, right now they are definitely killing me on the ice, or NHL teams on the ice. The Kings. This one's just kind of cool, respectably cool. It's not that intimidating, but I mean, you gotta put it in the respectably cool section. It's not that intimidating, but you know. Nashville Predators. Predators also sounds like it would kill me. That's pretty intimidating. The Capitals. It's another generic one, to the point where, I mean, like, they really thought that was a good name. Like, really? The Capitals? The Canadians, the Capitals? Seriously? Are you being serious? You had to do that? The Wild. This name is wild. Like, who is scared of a team name that's named after an adjective? No one is scared of that. Absolutely no one. Who is scared of an adjective? I can tell you this, I am not scared of an adjective. If you're scared of an adjective, you've probably got something wrong with you. The Detroit Red Wings. It's kind of the same with the Flyers. However, the Red Wings is pretty cool. It's not that intimidating, but it's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. The Red Wings. The Red Wings. It's simple, so I'm still gonna put it, they were serious about it too. Like, what is a Red Wing? However, the meaning behind it is actually pretty cool. I forgot the meaning behind it, but I do remember what it was. I just can't explain it. The Oilers. Ooh, I do know what this is. I'm going to go and search it up, because I don't want to be wrong. Oh my gosh, I keep clicking that. What's the meaning behind the Edmonton Oilers name? Oh, well, team nicknames explained. This is a perfect website. Okay, son, hold up. Let's just scroll over to the Edmonton Oilers. We'll just do this website. When Bill Hunter was deciding on a name for his WHA team in 1972, he first called it the Alberta Oilers. Oilers was a nickname for a junior A team in Edmonton, the Oil Kings. In 1973, Hunter changed the team's name to the Edmonton Oilers. When the NHL absorbed 4 teams from the WHA in 1979, the Oilers retained their name. Oil is one of Alberta's most prevalent natural... Okay, so Edmonton just loves oil. That's basically what it is. Okay. But is anyone really scared of that? I mean, I'm not scared of gas. The Dallas Stars. You know what? We're going to go through each one of them. Stars. Perfect. The franchise was known as the Minnesota North Stars before moving to Dallas for the 1993 to 1994 season and dropping North from its name after moving to the Lone Star State. Oh, so it's literally called the Lone Star State. That would make sense. Although it was already called the Stars. So then it just kind of worked out. But the Stars, is it really scary? I'm not even going to do that. Is it really scary? Is it really all that scary? Not really. It's just a star. I look up. Am I scared of looking up and looking at the stars that night? No, not really. The Calgary Flames. Flames are pretty intimidating. Okay, let's look at this first. It's a I mean, hold on. I'll go in a second and talk about it in a second. Calgary Flames. Let's look. The Flames were born in Atlanta when the NHL granted an expansion franchise on November 9th, 1971. The franchise held a name the team contest, but according to Stephen LaRoche's book, Changing the Game, A History of NHL Expansion, Flames was on 198 of 10,000 ballots. Tim Cousins, the franchise's first owner, chose it to pay homage to the burning of Atlanta by Union soldiers during the Civil War. Ah, that's cool. Okay. Ah. All right. That's actually really cool. So it's to pay homage to the burning of Atlanta. Ah. But what I was going to say is fire not intimidating? I mean, that sounds like it'd kill me. If my house burnt down right now, it would kill me. Okay? Am I wrong? No. It would kill me. Vegas Golden Knights. It's a Golden Knight. Okay? Just the that's probably one of the most intimidating ones on here. Okay, before I even read it, I'm putting it up here because I want to explain myself before I read it. I don't even care about the history of the name, even though I'm still going to go there. This is like a history lesson and an argument at the same time in one video. The fake, that's so intimidating. Like, I look at that and the logo too. Like, I get we're not going off the logo, but like a Golden Knight, if I heard the Golden Knights were coming to hunt me down, I would just, like, I would not run. I would just accept my fate at that point. Like, it's a Golden Knight. That's wild. Not the wild, but that is wild. Okay? That wasn't funny. I'm sorry. The Vegas Golden Knights. Uh Vegas Golden Knights. It's way at the bottom, I'm sure. Yep. On 1922 November 22nd, 2016, 5 months to the day, Las Vegas was awarded an expansion franchise. Team owner Bill Foley, a graduate of the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, New York, where the athletic teams are called the Black Knights, announced his team would be known as the Golden Knights. The Knights protects the unprotected. Foley said the Knight defends the team. The Knight never gives up, never gives in, always advances, never retreats, and that's what our team's going to be. Sorry, I just had to take a short break. That is a deep meaning behind that. Holy moly. I mean, it really is. My question about this website so far is why are the pictures. Like, why is Ovechkin on the Golden Knights one, but then the Capitals are next, and then the Jets? It doesn't go up either because the Golden Knights are there, and then the Canucks. The Golden Knights just. Oh, it does go up. The Golden Knights just don't have a picture. Oh, it makes sense now. Sorry, I had to take a break. That is a deep meaning behind that. That just makes it more intimidating. I think that just made it more intimidating. The Boston Bruins. If you haven't already heard, a Bruin is a bear. That's what a Bruin is. If you haven't seen the Bruins alternate logo, let's see here. Yeah, it's a bear. It's like, look at that thing. Look at that. Look at this. A bear, number one, could not play hockey. However, because it's a bear, I'm going with animal with skates. It's a animal with skates, is it not? It is. However, actually, I'm not gonna go animal with skates because, for the record, a bear is pretty intimidating. How about this? I would put it in sounds like they'd kill me because a bear would easily kill me. However, it is an animal with skates, and you can't lie. Alright, so I'm doing this because I know I have to go way up. The Boston Bruins. Art Ross is credited with designing the That's the... Yeah. Art Ross is credited with designing the modern hockey puck and changes to the net that lasted 40 years. He's also responsible for the name of Boston franchise. After the NHL agreed to award Boston grocery tycoon Charles Adams a team, Adams hired Ross as general manager and asked him to come up with a nickname derived from untamed, cunning animal. Ross chose Bruin, an Old English term for a brown bear, used in folk tales. The original brown and yellow colors matched those of Adams' grocery stores. Ah, so they chose a bear from a grocery store. That's actually hilarious. The Vancouver Canucks. It's basically right. I'm going to look at what it is first because I don't know what a Canuck is. I've never known what a Canuck. In fact, I search this up every time. See, I'm a Hurricanes fan. Every time the Hurricanes play the Canucks, I have to search up what a Canuck is. Vancouver was awarded an expansion. Maybe this will tell me. Vancouver was awarded an expansion franchise on May 22nd, 1970, and Canucks was the obvious choice for the new team's name. The Vancouver Canucks had existed since 1945, first in the Pacific Coast Hockey League and then the Western Hockey League after the PCHL merged with the Western Canada Senior Hockey League to become the WHL in 1952. Canuck is slang for Canadian. What? And has been part of the country's lexicon since 1869 when Johnny Canuck debuted in a political cartoon. A skating version of Johnny was the team's WHL mascot and has since been adopted as Vancouver's secondary logo. He is placed on the shoulders of the Canucks alternate jersey. Hold on. So a Canuck is slang. A term for a Canadian? Okay, well then it's going here, because right next to the Canadians, too. So that's basically just the same name, just different. The Canucks just stole the Canadians' team name, because the Canucks were... Yeah, there's no way the Canadians were after the Canucks, because the Canadians were like one of the first NHL teams to become a team. The Islanders. But those are basically just both Canadian. Like, I mean, they are, no duh. But those are basically just both. That's basically what their team names are. One is called the Canadians, and the other one is slang for a Canadian. That's weird. Anyways, Islanders. What is an Islander? I don't know. We're about to find out. New York Islanders. New York Islanders. The franchise chose Islanders as its name, although many expected it to choose the Long Island Ducks. The name... So there would be. So the Anaheim Ducks wouldn't be a thing. Well, they would have, but it would have been a different name. The name used by a team that played in the Eastern Hockey League from 1959 to 73. The Islanders played at Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale, New York from their debut in 1972 until they moved to Barclays Center in Brooklyn for the 2015 2016 season. It doesn't even say what Islander is. So it looks like, based on their logo, that's just an island. I'm just going to go... No one's scared of that. It's an island. It's like the opposite of scary or intimidating. It's cool. Avalanche. Of course, that sounds like it could kill me, because it could. It's an avalanche. A natural disaster. Why would you name a... Why would you name a team name based on something that kills people, like millions of people every year? Huh, okay, let's go ahead and, so the Colorado Avalanche, the Colorado Avalanche, the Quebec Nordiques were sold to the Communication Satellite Organization. I am reading really well today, holy moly. I never read this good. And relocated to Denver on May 25th, 1995. However, the franchise was unable to use the nickname of Denver's previous NHL team. The Colorado... I'm reading really well today. Holy... Baseball franchise that began play in Denver in 1993. The new owners wanted to call the franchise the Rocky Mountain Extreme, according to the Denver Post, but scrapped the name after public backlash. After ownership created a list of names in an online forum, fans chose Avalanche over Black Bears, Rapids, Cougars, Outlaws, Renegades, Storms, Wranglers, according to the newspaper. Huh. So wait a minute. So wait a minute. Holy moly, wait a minute. The Colorado Rockies is a... That the name belonged to the Major League. Okay, so that's weird. So they did... hold up. Oh, so they wanted to use the Rockies, but there was already a Colorado Rockies, so they couldn't use the Rockies, who then moved to New Jersey to become the Devils in 1982, and an MLB team became the Colorado Rockies, which then... So then they just put on all these names right here: the Avalanche, Black Bears, Rapids, Cougars, Outlaws, and Renegades, and Storm and Wranglers, and just said like, "Oh my gosh, pick one, fans," on a newspaper, and then the Avalanche chose. Okay, so the Avalanche once again sounds like they'd kill me because it would. I would be dead. Well, okay, if there was a rock in front of me, I wouldn't be dead. However, I would be dead. Buffalo Sabres. I first of all, before I even do anything, what's a saber? A sword. All right, so that's what the Golden Knights used to kill me. The Buffalo Sabres. The Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo Sabres. Wanting something other than a variation on buffalo or bison, owners Seymour Knox III and Northrop Knox had a contest after being awarded a franchise that would take the ice in 1970. They wanted something unique and Sabres suggested by 4 people from among 13,000 entries, was the winner. It beat out entries such as the Mugwumps, Buzzing Bees, and Flying Zeppelins. The owners chose Sabres because a saber is renowned as a clean, sharp, decisive, and penetrating weapon on offense, as well as a strong parrying weapon on defense. I really wish they were named the Mugwumps. And tonight, we have got... Oh, no. I'm about to be the PA announcer for the Buffalo Sabres. Welcome, your home team, Buffalo Mugwumps. See how dumb that would sound? Like no one's cheering. A sword, though, that's just cool. Okay, I could probably defend off a sword, but that's just cool. Carolina Hurricanes. I'm going to stop reading the things. I'm going to only read some of them. I'm going to read, like, every other one. So Hurricanes, well, no, I'll read Ducks, Senators, Mammoth, you get the point. Hurricanes, same with the Avalanche. It would kill me. Why are you naming your team off of a natural disaster that kills millions of people each year? Because it would kill me. It sounds like it'd kill me because it would kill me. It would. That's the thing. It simply would kill me. Ducks. That is just an animal with skates. Now we can take a look at the Anaheim Ducks. The Walt Disney Co. was awarded a Southern California-based expansion franchise. Wait, Disney chose... Okay. Really? Disney? Let me just read this first. Disney named the team the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, with purple, jade, silver, and white as their original colors. The Mighty Ducks skated for 12 NHL seasons before Disney sold the team to Henry and Susan Samuli. On June 22, 2006, the Samulis renamed the franchise the Anaheim Ducks and unveiled a new duckfoot logo and color scheme of black, orange, and metallic gold, designed to create an overall image that expressed excitement, speed, and a competitive edge, according to the Ducks website. Anaheim won the Stanley Cup for the first time the following season. Whoa, they've won a Stanley... I didn't even know they've won a Stanley Cup. Disney has owned them before. And of course, Disney being Disney, they named it something that... They named it at the team after a show that they made. That's hilarious. I didn't know Disney has owned the Anaheim Ducks. By the way, I can't read the Mammoths, so I'll read the Jets. I'll read the Maple Leafs. So it'll be Jets, Maple Leafs. No, it'll be Senators, then Maple Leafs, then we'll just give to Lightning. I can't read the Mammoth because this is an outdated thing. Look, there's no Mammoth. In the arms. Don't copyright that, please. Winnipeg Jets. It's a jet. That's respectably cool. Am I wrong? I mean, it's literally a jet. It's a jet. You know? It's a jet. It is a jet. Do you hear me? It's simply that. Senators. I mean, it's basically the same thing as a knight that sounds like it would kill me. It does. It sounds like it would kill me. Ottawa Senators. Where is it? I feel like I've already skipped it. No, there it is. The original Ottawa Senators were founded in 1883, played in the NHL from 1917 and 34, and won the Stanley Cup. They won the Stanley Cup 11 times just in like 13 years. Hold on. That's not true. Wait, 7, 10, 17 years, and they won it 11 times. It's wild. When Canada's capital was awarded an expansion franchise in 1990, it was only natural to revive the name synonymous with that success. Okay, well, yeah, makes sense. Toronto Maple Leafs. The Maple Laughs, I guess you could say. You know what? It's a leaf. I can crumble it in my hand. It's like this tissue right here. This is not the same one I blew my nose with earlier at the beginning of the video, by the way. Just wanted to put that out there. I'm not that weird. It's like this is a leaf, right? That's how their playoffs go each year. Anyways, so no, they're not intimidating at all. Oh yeah, I said I'd read them as well. Toronto Maple Leafs. That's the Blues. The Maple Leafs. Conn Smith brought the Toronto St. Pats in 19... I actually have heard this before. In 1927, after the franchise almost had been sold to a group in Philadelphia, he immediately changed the name of the team to the Maple Leafs to honor Canada's soldiers who wore the maple leaf while fighting during World War I. We chose it, hoping that the possession of this badge would mean something to a team that wore it, and when they skated out on the ice with this badge on their chest, they would wear it with honor and pride and courage, the way it had been worn by the soldiers of their first great war in the Canadian Army. I have not heard this before, by the way, said Smythe, who also changed the team colors from green and white to blue and white. I have never heard that before. That was a lie. That sounds like it would kill me. The description, however, no. I mean, we're not. I've already said we're not going off the description. The Utah Mammoth. It is a new team. A new team name. Have you ever in your life seen a mammoth? Watch this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. Let me find a good picture. Hold on. I found one earlier. I was researching it. Not literally. I wasn't like... This one. This is the picture. They're not even taller than its leg. They're not taller than its leg. Okay? So, although it's an animal with skates, this one's reasonable to put it in sounds like they'd kill me. I'm sorry, but it is. Yeah, it's an animal with skates. Blah, 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 blah. You'd have to make a human-sized skate to put on a mammoth. That's wild. Like, look at this. Look. The leg goes like way up here. You can see the muscle going up here. It goes like right here, and it's taller. How is the leg taller than the human? That's like a mammoth compared to that's like a human compared to an ant, but a mammoth compared to a human. They're bigger. They're bigger than elephants. I quit. They're bigger than elephants. Besides the woolly mammoth, Mammothus primigenius, whatever that is. I said that wrong, but whatever, I'm not a scientist. That's wild, though. That is wild, okay? They're going there because it's wild. Tampa Bay Lightning. It's lightning. It actually could kill me. Although, is it really intimidating? No, it's just kind of cool. The Tampa Bay Lightning's thing is pretty cool. It's not that intimidating. But is it an animal with skates? No. Is it like no one's scared of that? Nah, not really. they were serious about it too. Nah, because, like, they were serious about it, and they were serious about it for a reason, because they won 2 straight Stanley Cups not too long ago with that name. So, their name's on the Stanley Cup, not yours, okay? Not your name, Bill. Yeah. As, yippee, the St. Louis Blues. I forgot to read the Lightning one. I'm just going to go with the Blues, and then I'll read the Kraken. I'm kind of curious what the Kraken one is. I'll read the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis Blues. When insurance tycoon Sid Solomon Jr. was awarded an NHL franchise on February 9th, that's 2 days away from birthday, he could think of only one name for his team, the St. Louis Blues, after W.C. Handy's famous 1914 song, "The name of the team has to be the Blues." Oh, that's not the song. Salomon said, "It's part of the city where W.C. Handy composed his famous song while thinking of his girl one morning. No matter where you go in town, there's singing. That's the spirit of St. Louis." Pretty cool, but it's just a color. No one's scared of a color. Oh, wait! The Blues! Oh, my gosh! The Blues! The Blues! The Blues! The Blues, you know, like, I didn't think of it that way. Okay. By the way, I've never played the harmonica in my life. Yeah. The Blues! I've said that so many times. The Blues. That's what it means. Not like the color blue. It means literally like that blues, you know, but way better at playing, because once again, I don't know how to play the no harmonica. Those blues, okay, that's still not scary. I mean, it's still a song. I'm not changing the tier, but I just realized that that's what it is, because it's like the blues, because like W.C. Handy's song or whatever his name is, it's probably gonna be that. Yeah, W.C. Handy's. It was probably a blues song. I'd play it, but I'd get copyrighted. I'm gonna listen to it later. I'm kind of curious now. Okay, so 2 teams left: the San Jose Sharks and the Seattle Kraken. Both of these teams is exactly what I said with the Mammoth. Okay, actually no. The Sharks, I'm putting an animal with skates. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's an animal with skates. Am I wrong? No, it's an animal with skates. That's simply that. It's an animal with skates. I almost deleted one of them. It's an animal with skates. It's an animal with skates. Okay, you can't tell me I'm wrong. It's not very intimidating. It's just an animal. The Kraken is technically an animal. However, we've got to talk about the fact that this is what a Kraken looks like. It's not real. I hope. If a Kraken was real, that's how big it would be compared to the ocean. Those are big boats. Those are big boats. Okay? Those are some giant boats. And not only that, it's going down like hundreds of feet. That's what a Kraken would be. Look at this. That's horrifying. Probably another one of the most intimidating logos in the league. So the last team I'm putting in sounds like they'd kill me, because it would. It would. Simply. Oh, whoa. Okay, so the Kraken weren't a thing. The Kraken weren't a thing, I don't think, when they made this. Nope, the Kraken were not a thing when they made this. 31 franchises. Okay. So the Kraken weren't a thing. Alright, so then let's just search up Seattle Kraken name origin. Oh, this is pretty easy. Choosing names. Seattle considered the Metropolitans. The NHL has the Metropolitan Division. Commissioner Gary Bettman didn't want to change it for the sake of the new franchise. And then they just asked the public and they said Kraken. Alright. So that's pretty simple. Okay, that was fun. That was really fun. So, sounds like they'd kill me. We got the Florida Panthers, Nashville Predators, Calgary Flames, Vegas Golden Knights, Colorado Avalanche, Carolina Hurricanes, Ottawa Senators, Utah Mammoth, and Seattle Kraken. Respectably cool, we have the New York Rangers, the Los Angeles Kings, the Buffalo Sabres, the Winnipeg Jets, and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Animal with skates, we got the Chicago Blackhawks, the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Boston Bruins, because it's a bear, the Anaheim Ducks, and the San Jose Sharks. They were so serious about it, too. Like, genuinely. The Philadelphia Flyers, the Montreal Canadiens, the Vancouver Canucks, the Washington Capitals, and the Detroit Red Wings. Beautiful. No one's scared of that. The Columbus Blue Jackets, the New Jersey Devils, the Minnesota Wild, the Edmonton Oilers, the Dallas Stars, the New York Islanders, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the St. Louis Blues. Like, what is a Blues? I could crush a maple leaf. I lay peacefully on islands. I look up at the stars all the time. The Oilers, it's just oil. Search it up. That's literally where they got it because the Edmonton loves oil, apparently. The Wild, that's a wild name to choose, okay? No one's scared of it either. I only fear Jesus, so the Devils is not scary. And then the Blue Jackets, who's scared of a blue jacket? Okay, that's my explanation for that one. That's gonna do it for this video. I tried to make this as funny as possible because I wanted it to be. I thought it would be a funny video. If you want me to do it for any other league, tell me. This was actually really enjoyable to make, and I will gladly do it. Just leave it in the comment section below, and I will do it any day of the week. Thank you so much. It's basically tradition at this point. I've got no idea what to say or how to end this. Like, I don't have an intro or an outro. Okay, technically today I did have an intro, but I don't have an outro, so I have no idea how to say this. Like, I always just go like, bye, because like that's what I do. So like it's basically tradition at this point. I don't know how to end it. Bye. Yeah. Leave now. Leave. Are you gonna leave? Click the video. There's nothing else in the video. I don't know why you're not leaving.